Hello everybody, this is the Victor and this is my hotel here in Oaxaca, and today we're going to talk about a comedy called Action Point. The thing is that I always get a little bit, why do you need 3 people or more to write this comedy? Well, I guess that maybe this was a, collective thing that they did because Johnny Knoxville perhaps supplied them with all the stunts, and Mike Judge, put together all the shenanigans, and the more heartfelt moment went to, a third guy or something like that. But I always feel like you really need so many people to write this kind of lame-ass comedy. Well, that's what we're gonna find out today. This is a tale as old as time. The hard-working underdog versus the big corporation. Who is going to win? But in this case, I think that the story doesn't really work in that way for this movie. But we're gonna find out why that is, shall we? This is my review of Action Point. I think that we are in Northern California. The year is 1979 and Johnny Knoxville owns a kind of rundown, a shitty and to be frank, kind of dangerous amusement park called Action Point. Together with a bunch of totally incompetent lunatics. He kind of works a little bit like his almost surrogate family. They always have problems with the authorities and the evil amusement park 7 parks, I think they were called, who is stealing their customers. They should have stolen all their customers at this point, but we'll get to that in a second. He has his teenage daughter visiting, and she gets also kind of pulled into this world of dangerous rides and safety precautions that probably wouldn't, pass inspections and stuff like that. Is Action Point going to survive, or are they gonna have to shut down? And what is Johnny Knoxville gonna do then? He has built his entire life around this one, and boy, aren't you a failure in that case. Anyway, so one of this movie's biggest flaws is probably the fact that it is so difficult to sympathize with Johnny Knoxville, and both as a character and as a business entrepreneur, because this is a dangerous place. Maybe Action Point should be closed down because you need to have at least some kind of, rules and regulations regarding hygiene and safety for your visitors. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just throw Johnny Knoxville via a catapult through a barn. That would be hilarious. How is that man, by the way, still alive? Somehow he's still alive even though he should be dead. So this movie feels like it wants to be something like a Jackass movie, but with a plot. And whenever they try to do that, I always feel like they kind of miss the point of what makes Jackass fun. It is a bunch of rambunctious idiots who is doing dangerous, disgusting, or completely insane stunts, and it is funny because they go down, ouch, and we think, man, they are stupid. But when you try to add some kind of a plot to this thing, it never quite works in the way that they want it to, or what I want them to do. Sure, 7 Parks owner is a bit of a jackass. Just realized what I did there. Anyway, but it is still difficult to, appreciate Knoxville as a character. And to be fair, this is a raunchy, rambunctious comedy, but it also feels a bit lame and it feels a bit lazy, and there are a few moments that actually kind of works, but most jokes missed the mark completely, and it didn't work as it was supposed to. It's never boring, but I'm never engaged in the story. It's never bad, but it just, it trots around the same tropes over and over again. And yeah, we kind of get the point what they're trying to do, but it's also not quite working in the way that it should. Action Point is a movie that is so completely skippable that I don't think anybody needs to see it. It's a very forgettable comedy with a couple of fun little moments here and there. But for the most part, it is some kind of a shoulder shruggish things where if they would have, gone the total distance, it could have maybe worked. But on the other hand, it also is a movie that isn't quite sure where it wants to go. But I don't know. Action Point is just not very good and a forgettable movie. Action Point is a totally okay movie and it gets 36 points. It is a lame comedy, but it isn't terrible. It's just a bit lame. So have you seen Action Point? Do you like it or not? Comment below and I'll see you next time from well so and so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.